The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
This is Christine Langley with the Wyoming Women's Business Center, and I want to welcome you to Creating Journal Entries in QuickBooks, the desktop version. The Wyoming Women's Business Center is a nonprofit organization that helps people who want to start or expand small businesses, specifically in the state of Wyoming. And we do that through 3 programs. The first is one-on-one business counseling and training. The second is our access to capital through our microloan program and individual development accounts programs. And then lastly, we have our Professional Artist Development Center. So this QuickBooks training series is brought to you by our microloan program, which was started to provide access to funds for those unable to get business loans through traditional means. So if you'd like more information on our microloan program, please contact Waldo Smith. And now I'd like to turn it over to Derek Campbell with Capital Clarity Company. Welcome, Derek.
Thank you, Christine. So like Christine mentioned in this video, I'm going to show everybody how to create a journal entry in QuickBooks desktop version. Journal entries are the most basic and also the most versatile transaction in accounting. At its core, every transaction you create in QuickBooks is essentially a journal entry. A little bit of basic info about journal entries. Every journal entry contains at least one debit and at least one credit, and all of the debits must equal all of the credits before the journal entry can be recorded. In QuickBooks, you can use journal entries to accomplish a lot of different tasks. You could do all of your entire accounting through journal entries, though that's not the ideal process. Some of the main ones that we use journal entries for include making adjustments to accounts that contain errors, or also we use journal entries a lot to record transactions that do not involve cash. So opening up your QuickBooks company file, you're going to navigate to the company drop-down menu, and you're going to select the entry to make general journal entries. Put a date on the journal entry. This is going to be the effective date of the transaction, and then put in a journal entry number. Typically, if I'm making journal entries, I like to say who's making the journal entry, and I like to put a year on the journal entry, and then I just go in order. If you're a type of company that's going to make a lot of journal entries, it also might be a good idea to organize your journal entries by month. The biggest thing here is just make sure you're putting in an entry number that makes sense and makes it easy to follow your journal entries. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to select an account. So in this example, I'm going to give you an example of a non-cash transaction that I would use journal entry for. A very common one is recording depreciation expense. So I'm going to do depreciation, and I'm going to debit it for $1,000, and I'm going to create a memo so that I always know what this journal entry was for September 2019. If this transaction were relating to a certain vendor, employee, or customer, you could add that name here, but in this case it does not. And then the other side of my journal entry is accumulated depreciation for the same memo. If you want to create another journal entry, you'd click this blue Save and New button. Otherwise, you can just click Save and Close, and it will record your journal entry for you. The biggest thing here is make sure that your debits and credits are in balance. Before you click Save and Close, QuickBooks typically won't let you save a journal entry without that, but double check your debits and your credits, and then also run a report to make sure that the transaction is recorded correctly on your books. And with that, I'll thank you for watching our video, and I'll pass it back over to Christine.
Thanks, Derek. So the Wyoming Women's Business Center is made possible through several partnership agencies, primarily the U.S. Small Business Administration, as well as the Wyoming Business Council. And so we thank them and our other supporters for their guidance and partnership. If you'd like more information from the Wyoming Women's Business Center, if you have any questions, please contact any of our business counselors. And again, if you have an interest in our microloan program, you can speak with Waldo Smith. Thanks for joining us today, everybody.